Dear students, in our last class we have completed the two sums of exercise 7.3. So let us start with exercise 7.3 number 3 question. Okay. So see here in this question, what is it given here? That AM is the median of triangle ABC and PN is the median of triangle PQR. So since AM is the median, so we can say that BM is equal to MC. And in triangle PQR, since PN is the median, so we can say QN is equal to NR. Right. So required to prove here is triangle ABM is congruent triangle PQN. ABM, this triangle is congruent triangle PQN. And the whole triangle ABC is congruent triangle PQR. We need to prove these two things. So what we will see here, first see here, AM is the median of triangle ABC, AM is the median of triangle AMC. That means what? BM is equal to MC, which is equal to half of BC. That means total line BC is divided into two equal halves. So I am writing here BM is equal to CM is equal to half of BC. Put this one as equation number 1. Next, PN is the median of triangle PQR. So if PN is the median, QN is equal to NR, which is half of this total line QR. So QN is equal to NR is equal to half of QR. Put this one as equation number 2. Now, it is also given to us that BC is equal to QR. This is given. So since this is given that BC is equal to QR, we can write here half of BC is equal to half of QR. Now, if half of BC is equal to half of QR, then I can write here half of BC, mind it, half of BC. Half of BC will be either BM or MC. So let me take BM because I'll consider this triangle ABM. And from here, this triangle PQN, let us consider QN. So BM is equal to QN. Half of BC is equal to half of QR. So half of BC means BM and half of QR means QN. Right. Now, we need to prove that ABM is congruent triangle PQN. So for this one, let us take the two triangles ABM and PQN. Now, is in these two triangles, AB is equal to PQ. It is given. AM is equal to PN. This is also given, the median. And BM is equal to QN. Just now we got this one that BM is equal to QN. So according to SSS congruency, we can say that ABM is congruent triangle PQN. Now, if these two triangles are congruent to each other, then we can say that angle B is equal to angle Q, CPCT. Right. So see here, these two triangles are congruent to each other by SSS congruency, and angle B is equal to angle Q, that is due to this corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Keep this one as equation number 4. So this is done, that ABM is congruent triangle PQN. Now we have to show that triangle ABC is congruent triangle PQR. So for this one, let us consider these two triangles. When we consider these two triangles, we see here that AB is equal to PQ. It is given AB is equal to PQ. Then angle B is equal to angle Q, number 4. From number 4 we got this one, that angle B is equal to angle Q. And BC is equal to QR. This is also given. So we can say that these two triangles ABC and PQR are congruent to each other by SAS congruency. For the first sum we got SSS congruency, and for the second one we got SAS congruency. Thus these two proofs are done. Okay. Next, number 4. Now in number 4, see the diagram. BE is equal to CF. Number 2 is BE is perpendicular to AC and CF is perpendicular to AB. So these three things are given to us. We need to prove that ABC is an isosceles triangle. In any case, if we prove this one, that AB is equal to AC, then we can say that ABC is an isosceles triangle. Now, in triangle BEC and triangle CFB, we see that angle BEC is equal to 90 degree and CFB is also 90 degree. So I have written here BEC is equal to CFB, which is 90 degree each. Next, it is given that BE is equal to CF. It is given to us. And from these two triangles, we can say that BC is the common side of these two triangles. So BC is the common side. So we can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other by right hand hypotenuse side congruency. That is RHS congruency. Right. Now, if these two triangles are congruent, angle BCE is equal to angle CBF. We can write this one. Or BCE can be written as BCA and CBF can be written as CBA. So I have written here in place of BCE, I have written here BCA, and in place of CBF, I have written here CBA. Now, CBA, angle CBA, the line side opposite to angle CBA is AC. So I have written here AC. BCA, this angle, the side opposite to this is AB. So I got here AB is equal to AC. Why? Because sides opposite to equal angles are equal. Now since AB is equal to AC, therefore we can say that these two, this is an isosceles triangle. Since the sides are equal, so this is an isosceles triangle. Right. I think these two sums are clear. Then we'll go to number 5. Number 5 is, we have done such type of sum. Let's see. In number 5, see this diagram here. ABC is an isosceles triangle. It is given to us. If this is an isosceles triangle and AB is equal to AC and AP is perpendicular to BC. Now we need to prove here that angle B is equal to your angle C. So let us take these two triangles ABP and APC. So from these two triangles, AB is equal to AC, it is given. Again, APB is equal to angle APC 90 degree each, and AP is the common side of these two triangles. So from these three criteria, we can say that ABP and APC, these are congruent triangles. If these are congruent triangles, then we can say that angle B is equal to angle C by CPCT. And this congruency is due to RHS congruency. So from here we can say that these two triangles are congruent by RHS congruency, and if they are congruent, then angle B is equal to angle C, which is required to prove. So we have completed this exercise. From next video onwards, we will continue with exercise 7.4, in which we need the inequality of triangles. So please go through the video once again. Thank you.